This is a expressionism critique on Memento number 5 by Carrie James Marshall.
Well, the first emotion I feel is almost grief and mourning, but also remembrance. I think of this because of the word remember clearly in the center, even though it's blocked by these silver lines, and it leads into this big white cloud, which is easily the lightest part of the entire painting, with the faces of John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King Jr., and I believe Senator Kennedy. And I'm assuming these figures were very important to which to the movement of this painting was inspired by.
Yeah, to me, the great images and the image of Malcolm X, they kind of also the way the room is set up, it gives like a sense of like being delicate and like a sense of vulnerability to the piece. But then to contrast with that, the the Black Angels seems to give a strong sense of like solidarity to me.
Mm-hmm. The central figure is very powerful. The grasp that she has on these silver curtains or bars, and the stoic facial expression that she's expressing, it's almost like a call to action. It's almost like she's yearning for freedom or yearning for escape, and she's ready. She's almost coming through the painting, and that leads my eye down to the phrase what a time. Expression, the expressionism movement is very poetry and lyrical, and when I look at what a time, it's almost like a hymn, and like I feel like this figure could be singing it, and it gives it almost a political and like social power, and like a call to reform, a call for a revolution.
Definitely. And also the monochromatic colors, it kind of helps the sense of remembrance also with the dates, having those dates show to the viewers, you're kind of forced to think about that time period, that the Black community was united in numbers. But yeah.
I think the use of like glitter, it's all over. It's an all over composition, leading the eyes throughout like all these different facets in the painting, like social and political elements that we see. And it creates like this emotional response in the viewer. You could be charged, for political, like I need to make a change. It's almost, that's how I see it and how I get it from.
And glitter also just very reflective. It reflects light very much, and so it also just inspires reflection about just like remembering. It's like I believe these years were the civil rights movement, so it just very much evokes that remembrance also.
Mm-hmm. And like the intent of the monochromatic, it's like depicting like this requiem moment, this specific time, like taking us back into the past, and with the dates, it's like reflection, and then the glitter, yeah, it's very reflective, and it's also a very modern way of this contemporary artist to create this painting.
Mhm. Almost like a like transformation, um, a revolution almost. We see like the color contrasting, but also playing with um, how the Black community has grown in strength and numbers and in power over the years.
Mm-hmm. And like it's a commemoration for these past advocates and heroes of the civil rights movement. And so when the audience views it, this next generation, we get empowered and we get the information that this artist wants to instill in us, and it's to remember and to acknowledge like our history and what the past experienced.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think that sums about it. I'm going to end the recording right now.